Hello, students, and welcome to Curriculum 601. My name is Dr. Aaron Brewer, and I'm very excited to be taking over this course and teaching online with all of you as we engage in the basic principles and procedures of this beautiful concept known as curriculum. This is an overview screencast to walk you through where everything is located here in our Canvas site. You'll note on the left-hand side you have a syllabus link that will take you to a digital version of the syllabus if you like that. However, there is a downloadable version located in the Welcome module here. Discussions, if we have them, are also located on the left. Assignments, grades, people. These menu items are available for you all the time. However, what you will need will always be located within the modules. For example, if we start here at the welcome, you have my welcome information and eventually a screenshot of me wearing a mask. There I am. My contact information is right here. There's a Google number. Please text me before you call, but we can always have a phone call or at least set up a Google Meet where we can speak face-to-face in this virtual environment. Throughout the rest of this welcome page are key important notes for master's and doc students. Please pay attention. This is a graduate level course and you are expected, of course, to do graduate level work in this graduate level course. Of course. At the bottom is a link out to our introductory flip post about curriculum and who you are, but we'll come back to that in a moment as well. You can do it now or you can do it later. If we go to the very bottom, we click next. It takes us to the syllabus. Here is your downloadable syllabus for the semester. A couple of head quotes, which is something curricular people love to do. I'm no different. And you can read through the entirety of the syllabus, the objectives, the breakdown of the grading. I grade based on categories. So your participation in class every week, any activities, flip summaries, discussion forums, anything I ask you to do or interact with me or each other falls into that 25%. The critical response products, which I'll describe in just a moment, are also 25%. The Curere Curricular Culture chapter proposal, 25%. And your curriculum project at the end is 25%. Each one of these is weighted equally so that you understand up front the interconnectedness of each of the assignments. As you read and discuss with your peers, as you build your knowledge and information, you're going to see how each one of these projects connects with the other. Your participation feeds into your CRPs. Your CRPs will help you flesh out your chapter proposal. And all of these feed into your final ultimate curricular project. So I don't use points, I use categories. As you continue through the rest, you'll find the course components where each of the major categories is detailed with rubrics and explained. I will come back to these in a moment. If we click next, it will take us to our first module. What does that look like on the outside? It's right here. You cannot work ahead in this course. You must stay current in the current module with your peers. We're going to operate as a cohort together, and we're going to work together in each of these modules as we build our understanding of the principles and procedures of curriculum development. So this first module, of course, is the introductions and, of course, overview, as well as a start to conflicting conceptions of curriculum. We can go in here to the module 1 overview. There will always be an overview with learning objectives and a checklist. These may become a little more robust over the course of the semester. Make sure you're paying attention to what it is you're supposed to be attaining in each of the modules, and always pay attention to the checklist. It will tell you what you need to have done. Moving forward in the module, we come to the readings for this week. You have 2 sets of readings from the Flinders and Thornton book. Your curriculum reader, you have chapter 1 and chapter 2. And then from your Cultures of Curriculum book from Joseph, you have Conceptualizing Curriculum and Understanding Curriculum as Culture. You will need to complete these readings prior to the discussion post. This week's discussion, and there will most likely be a discussion each week. Many of them we will follow the first word, last word protocol, which is outlined in the syllabus. I do a basic version of this instruction here. Please read the material closely. Again, it's graduate level. You should be doing close reading. You should be keeping a research journal, a reading journal, a blog, some kind of bolded list, a collection of quotes, paraphrasing. Make sure you're keeping that handy. Each week after you have completed your readings, by Wednesday night, you should make your first post. The first post, when we're doing the first word, last word protocol, is just a set of quotes. Select a quote from each of the assigned readings and post it by Wednesday night. That's it, nothing else. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you will come back into the group and you will respond to at least 2 peers and engage the conversation of curriculum. You should look at their quotes and attempt to explain how they are connected, why your peer used them, selected them. Find a way to explain those quotes from your point of view, the way you see them connecting, and the reasons why you may have chosen them if that had been you. Finally, on Sunday, you will come back, you will read what your peers have spoken to you about on your original post, and you'll make a final word, a last word post. In this final post, you will explain to your peers why you selected each of those quotes, as well as responding to what your peers have said. And so you make this final conclusion to the conversation for that week, addressing any questions your peers may ask, addressing their comments and thoughts and ideas, while also maintaining your own original reasons for posting those original quotes. We're going to do this for the first couple of posts. I may at times change up the discussion forum. We may use Flipgrid to complete some of these posts, and on occasion I may ask you very specific discussion questions to address. I may also ask you to take charge and post your own questions later in the semester. The course is evolving, the course is adaptable, and will change as we go through it, much like curriculum itself. We can move on to the next aspect of the module. This takes us into the different assignments, and so let's go out and take a look at what that is. Down here at the bottom, there will always be project guides and submissions. I'm in the process of teasing out all of the assignments. I will post them down here with all of the directions and little videos that explain the expectations to you momentarily. I just got access to Canvas last week, about Thursday, so I'm still in the process of getting everything uploaded for everyone this semester. Aside from the discussion or the Flip forum posts, there are 3 other categories. There is the Curere Culture of Curriculum Chapter Proposal, there is the Curriculum Project, and there are Critical Response Prod Cuts. Let's fix that. There we go. That's better. If you can't laugh, then what are you doing, right? I'm going to go into the syllabus to explain briefly a little bit about each one of those 3 projects this semester. The critical response products in other courses might be called critical response papers. You can write a paper, and I encourage you, if you like writing papers, write a paper. But every 3 weeks, and I may even extend that, I may even cut back from 6, I may make this 5 critical response products. I'm still toying with that. But right now there's going to be 6. Every 3 weeks you're going to submit a critical response product. Now these are for you to individually critique the articles and the chapters that we're reading in some fashion, to show how you're understanding the articles personally, to explore the way you feel they're engaging you in your developing understanding of curriculum and its own development. And it's an opportunity for you to bring together different articles from across the semester and put them in conversation with each other, doing a deep dive into your own interests and specific point of curricular view. Should you wish, you do not have to do a paper. You might do a Prezi or a podcast, maybe a vlog or a blog or some sort of other multimedia representation of how you are understanding these resources, these materials, these articles, these chapters. If you look down, you have to make sure you do the following in each of your critical response product. You should summarize the articles that you're addressing. You should analyze the articles you're addressing. That means break them down. Summary identifies those main points with evidence. Now, I will always look for citations and evidence. Make sure you are citing your sources, and make sure you're always providing evidence in everything that we do. Breaking it down, you're building connections to the course overall. You might look at the course objectives or the goals for this course and build connections back to those for your critical response product. I'll be looking for comprehension. Are you making these articles make sense for you in your future career, in your development of curricular understanding? Is that clear? And then, of course, is the artifact professional? Is it polished? Is it ready for me to have? Those are the critical response products. We'll do at least 6 of those over the semester. Again, I might change that, but right now we're sticking with 6. You will also develop a chapter proposal based on our book, Cultures of Curriculum, and the article, The Method of Curere, from Pinar. Now, we'll read that later, but what this is going to be is a chapter proposal where you are basically saying, I've read this book. From my point of view, here is a chapter that's missing. And you're going to write your own proposal of a chapter. And you're going to include the method of curere, and you're going to include all of the aspects of each chapter in that book, which are outlined right here. There is a framework to follow in chapter 2 of that book. And there'll be more in the assignment guide when I break it out into the separate module. Again, you have a rubric to follow. Are you making connections? Are you exploring your own culture? Have you taken the 4 turns of curere, and is it communicated well? The final curriculum project, and this is the giant final curriculum project. You have options. You also can work on this with a partner. So if you develop a relationship with someone in the first half of the semester, you might want to work with them on this project. And you have a couple of options here. And you can read each one of these, but you can do a curricular programmatic development. You can do a curricular investigation of an issue. You can do a curricular historical analysis. You can do a curricular critique, or another suggestion. And the requirements are listed in each one of those little paragraphs, and there is a rubric for that as well. Students, you have enough to get started. You have enough to hit the ground and get running. Today should be a reading day. Tomorrow should be a reading day. Wednesday can be a reading and a posting day. Remember, that first post this week, just a quote from each of the readings. If you have any questions, please reach out to me via the Google text number, via email at my udcbrewer@gmail.com address, and I'll be in touch with you to answer any questions or queries that you might have. Have a great first week. I'm looking forward to the semester here in Curriculum Principles and Procedures. Thank you so much.